Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming all the eminent dignitaries and attendees today at this unique occasion of the exclusive analysis on Union Budget 2013 by India's eminent techno-economic strategist, Professor A.G. Iyer, who is the president of Inertia Foundation, a public trust established to promote development of sustainable energy and power in India, Asia, and rest of the world. Professor A.G. Iyer is also the founder, president, and promoter director of Renewable Energy Promotion Association, REPA, India's first ever and only umbrella association, not-for-profit, public-private, Section 25 body corporate for promotion of renewable energy in India, Asia, and globally. He is also editor-in-chief and publisher of Inertia, Asia's premier journal on sustainable energy, power, and Marconomy, the journal for infrastructure, water, environment, and economy. He is also the president of Falcon Strategic Advisory India, that is FSAI, an eminent research advisory company in area of energy, infrastructure, and economy, that published India's first public-private domain report titled India's Power and Energy Economy, version 2009-11. The only authentic policy document available in equivalence to Dr. Kirit Parekh, former member, Planning Commission, Integrated Energy Policy, IEP. Thank you guys, and we'll begin this event shortly as some more are expected to come, so we'll begin this event shortly. Thank you. Once again, I welcome all of you to this exclusive analysis on Union Budget 2013 by Professor A.G. Iyer. May I request our eminent personas to be on the dais today to come and join us here. May I request first Professor A.G. Iyer to come over and occupy the seat from left. Thank you, sir. May I now request Shri Suresh Sharma, Chairman, SK Consulting Group and Executive Vice President, India-China Economic and Cultural Council, to be on the dais. Please welcome, sir.
A lot of energy, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Now I welcome other dignitaries of today. Shri Mohan Pansali, Chairman of Central Bank of India. Please welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I welcome Dr. S.L. Patil, Secretary General, Thane Belapur Industries Association, eminent attorney and advocate, Bombay High Court. Please welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request all the eminent personas of the day on the dais to please come over and inaugurate today's function with the conventional lighting of the lamp. Please welcome, sir.
Please give a big hand. Please give a big hand. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Now, it is my great honor to welcome and request Shri Suresh Sharma, Chairman, SK Consultancy Group, Executive Vice President, ICEC, to introduce Professor A.G. Iyer to this audience today.
मैं पहले धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा उन संयोजकों का जिन्होंने इसको प्रोग्राम को इतने अच्छे ढंग से आयोजित किया। मैं इसमें शामिल होने के लिए यहाँ रखा है। यहाँ मैं बहुत बरसों के बाद आया हूँ और मेरी यादें इतनी ताज़ा हो गई हैं कि उनमें मैं गदगद हो रहा था। I came for the first time into this institution in 1964 at the request of Lalchand Hirachand. And thereafter Ramkrishna Bajaj took the charge over. And thereafter everybody else came thereafter. Whether Kopte or Rathi or Baba Sahib Dharwale or Subhash and Dilip Kant Dandekar, etc., etc. Each one of them had something stellar to talk about. They talked less, they did more, which is why their names are inscribed partly on the plates, called plates of steel or of Highgate or whatever. But more importantly, the imbibing in the hearts of those many, thousands and thousands, who are privileged to work with them, is a true testimony to what they stood for and what they were. We are talking of success, those who make it. Behind every success, there must be at least 99 failures. Administration is as much in panchayat, a panchayat maybe of 50 or 100 houses, as also the panchayat in a city called Mumbai. The lesser the number, easier it is to be recognized, to be claimed. But in a crowd, you feel that you are being recognized, you have to be really outstanding. There is no other city in this country, and not many in the world, who test the grit and character, the total fortitude of a man that called winner than Bombay does. और कहावत से मशहूर है कि जो बॉम्बे में रह गया वो दुनिया में तर गया. You can make it good and big in Bombay. You are good in any other part of the world. Be it New York, be it Bonn, be it Washington, anywhere in the world. Bombay is famous, like for men like him, whom the deformity does not deter. In coming to collect a friend of this corporate area, many would like to be feeling a bit embarrassed, a bit put off, but no. The compulsion on his part is not that he is a friend. The pride in his heart that his friend has made it good, that brings him here. When I entered, Mr. Tangsele gave me a magazine. The magazine is among the top pushed magazines in this country. It talks about the governance now. He was asking from me, it is resources which are certainly supposed to be the backbone of any development. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. I said, no. Then I told him, Mr. Tangsele, a tonnage of precept, एक टन का भाषण, प्रवचन बहुत हल्के हैं एक आउंस की प्रैक्टिस के सामने. The leakage or the implied resource, intellect, thought, plan, forbearing, planning, coordination. All are very good on paper. On paper, there is not the constitution of the world than India's constitution is. And at the same time, the truth, my friend, is no constitution which thankfully has been amended more times in the last 64 years than India's constitution has been. Why? कहीं की लीप, कहीं का पोता, भागवती ना कुंभालूड़ा. We picked up the very best from the whole world's constitution and put them down there. But they do not know how to make them think about the world. बांधना कैसे और बांध के चलना कैसे और चल के जीतना कैसे, वो हम कहना भूल गए. इनकी फोटोग्राफ देखिए. आप सच्ची बताइए, आपको इनकी फोटोग्राफ देख के हिंदुस्तान के सबसे दो महान दो व्यक्ति हैं, वो कौन है, वो उनका नाम क्या है जिनकी आपको याद आती है? फिर देखिए. Come on, you know the answer. वो दो नाम है, चंद्रशेखर आजाद and Swami Vivekananda. It was an unusual posture for a man. Very unusual posture for a man who means power. This man's posture reminds you therefore something of those who have outstood the people, their times, and they made history. My friends, I'm here to introduce them. But I must admit two things. I began reading the Gita when I was about, I think 11 years of age. I read it every day. I must confess to you that after reading it for more than 67 years, I find I've yet to begin understanding it. Having made a personal confession, I have to make one more confession, which thanks to Mr. Rajiv. I have run very large corporations, large businesses, 55 years. I had the biggest problem. And the problem was how to interpret correctly the law. And the most pernicious law in this country was always and ever the law that related to the revenue. वो wealth tax है, income tax है, sales tax है, property tax है, life tax है, death tax है, जो कुछ भी है. It is the complexity of the law that we have created, as I mentioned to Constitution, totally the revenue law we're talking about. कि भाई अगर एक के बस का होता था, नानी पालकी वाला के भी बस में नहीं था भैया. He wrote many वो महापिता थे. महापिता में होने के बाद he did not know more than wait. And that reason why, Mr. Sangsani, in this country we have got more than 2 million chartered accountants, sir, doing the Madhapachi. Arey baap re, iska मतलब क्या? And yet therefore many, you have got tribunals, laborists, and whatnot. Then you have got the courts to dispense with justice. None knows what the law is all about. Everyone knows the outline. So there are many who have master spoken to you about as to what the budget stood for or stands for. Sir, I don't understand what budget is all about. क्योंकि बजट किसी का कभी भी कामयाब होता ही नहीं है. The demands far exceed the revenue available to go. budget gives a direction as to what can be the prioritization, etc., etc. But in the 28th April, when hundreds of the people spoke on the TV, on channels, and it done many things thereafter, until today. And another 2 or 3 weeks from now, hundreds and thousands of writers and speakers will try to interpret the budget the way they want. But my belief is that a professor, when he takes the charge, he is not a businessman. He is a thinker. He's not a conceptualizer. He's a comprehender. Think that? You should know better because you're the chairman of a bank. He does not type his own letter. Does he type his own letter? No, I'm afraid no. He speaks his mind, which is shared by those who are supposed to deliver. So delivery is the basic point we are talking about, sir. If we knew how the delivery should be as good as it should be, this country did not have the need to have any taxation at all. To quote Rajiv Gandhi, 15 रुपया ही 100 में से पहुंचता है या पहुंचना चाहिए. So sir, intention of having to come here to talk about a man was in this Mumbai city. I know a few people who really made very big. One was a very great friend of mine, biggest four, Dhirubhai Ambani. Second, Anil Agarwal. They were nowhere. And he went about everywhere. In this city, Mumbai I have spent from 1957 onwards. I've been a man of chamber of commerce, industry, trade, whatever. See many people come and go. But somebody, to use the Churchillian phrase, Mr. Thankray, they have accomplished so much in so little time. There's one man whom I have known far too well in the last 5 years. Because he compelled attention. He compelled recognition. But he meant power. The man who meant power, my dear friend, was none other than Ayya Professor A.D. Iyer. Which is why today, in just Mr. Thankray, in 5 years' time, in just 5 years' time, what he began with inertia. Today he has become a reference point in this country. Then no policy in the matter of energy and power can be decided unless the interventionist in Mr. Professor Iyer has had its impact and say. If therefore it is him that we are talking about, there must have to be something very special about his enunciation of what budget stands for, what does it mean for you and for me, and as he mentioned to me, especially for the infrastructure sector, on whose success and growth depends the life and of yours and mine and of the whole nation. We are very late till we have started the session, waiting for the number to swell. I reminded him, it is not a political get-together where number counts. ये वो जगह है जहाँ पर के लोग सोचने वाले आए हैं और समझने के लिए आए हैं. ये जानकर क्या समझना चाहते हैं तो सुनने के बाद मैं आपसे प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आप इस होनहार प्रोफेसर को स्वागत करें, हौसला दें, सुनें और जो कहते हैं वो करें.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful introduction. We also have Shri Mohan Thankray, Chairman and MD of Central Bank of India, and we would request him to fuel this discussion today with his views. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Respected Shri Suresh Sharma ji, Professor Iyer,
Mr. Ajay Bajaj, Patil, and all the guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed thankful to Mr. Suresh Sharma and Professor Iyer who have given me an opportunity to come here. In our country, as I know right from my childhood, that union budget is an event. And the event of such order that I remember in good old days, since he made a reference of Nani Palkhiwala, I think Nani Palkhiwala used to address in Brabant Stadium, if I am not wrong. Just think of it, Nani Palkhiwala used to address in Brabant Stadium. We are in a small hall.
We must give a big hand.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be that great event that the people were eager to go and understand and listen to the analysis. But today I think it is diluting to a little non-event, for the reason that every individual Indian has started thinking what is in it for me. He has to think what is in it for the country as a whole. I am very happy that certain youngsters are sitting here and are very attentive, and rightly said by Mr. Suresh Sharma that this is not a political assembly where the numbers count. Here we need the thinkers, and I am very happy that few of you are here who are going to share the thoughts of Professor Iyer. But then I think this is where we are going to make, we are going to lose in the country, where everyone is there for a criticism. But a country which is endowed with the demographic dividend, where the 50% of the population is below the median age of 30, if this young group does not come forward and participate and contribute, I don't think that you have any right to criticize and expect something without being participating. And I don't know how this message will reach, but that message has to go. Ultimately, what is in it for me, what comes to the country automatically percolates from macro to the micro level. And thus, one has to understand the implications of the budget from a perspective that if the macro is set right, the benefits do percolate to the micro level. And unless this understanding goes into every individual who is impacted, let me tell you, every individual in the country is impacted by budget. But what happened all along, we were used to of what softs are available to. Softs are very much there in this budget also. And let me tell you, every class there is a soft available in the budget. But everybody wants something very direct. I don't think that that kind of a situation prevails in the country, that my coffers are so strong. Come on, do some populist measures. I don't think that that is the situation. If that is not the situation, then how exactly it is going to really impact the macro situation, where the current account deficit, the fiscal deficit, the credit growth, GDP growth, everything is getting impacted. If all these things are not right, how do we expect the micro things to be right? How do we expect the inflation to be right? How do we expect that the tax reduction should happen? But all that has happened. We are all ignoring that part. Let me tell you, it's a very simple economics which I will give from banker's perspective. I will take another 2 minutes and close. Now everybody talks about growth. Now the growth is directly related to the credit dispensation. India, which is supposed to be the largest economy, or moving towards the largest economy, the credit to GDP ratio is still below 100%, is around 70%, whereas in all developed countries it is more than 200%. Even the small Asian countries, it is 120%. Now, if the credit growth has to be in that ratio, typically the credit grows into 2.5 to 3 times of the GDP growth. It means if the GDP is likely to grow at 6 to 6.5%, as analyzed by the finance minister, you can expect a credit growth of around 15% or so, or maybe around
say 18%, between 15 to 18%. But with this kind of a growth, I don't think that we are likely to reach to that level where the credit is going to exceed the GDP. But unless you are reaching that level, you can't be a developed country. And if that is to happen, what is the raw material for the bankers to dispense credit? I need a capital. Looking at the international norms of Basel 1, 2, 3, all of you, I think if you are students of economics or the finance, you all should know that unless I have adequate capital in the bank, I really can't grow. So where do I get the capital from? Government is ready to capitalize. If not, I have to raise it from the equity market. If not, I have to have the internal accruals. So all the three situations, the budget is supporting. Okay, I will give capital. I will give you a support to improve your profits. I will give you a good equity environment. The second raw material for the banks is the resources, the deposits. I only mobilize the deposit and lend out of that. So I should have a good environment where the deposit mobilization will improve. What is the problem in our country? That the financial savings which used to be out of 36% have come down to 30%. The financial savings are going to the physical savings. It's moving from the bank deposit to the gold or many other physical savings. Now, how do you really address these issues? I think the budget has also taken care of that. I'm not preempting what Dr. Iyer is going to really analyze forward for you. But it's very essential that the country comes back and retain the financial savings of the order of 36 to 38%. Unless that happens, there would not be enough money for investment. If the investments will not happen, the growth will not happen. And I think none of us have to blame the Union Finance Minister for budget mein kuch nahi hai, budget is a non-event. Budget is always an event when everybody look to it from a macro angle. So with these words, I would like to say that you are all lucky that Professor Iyer and his Inertia team has chosen that they will go back to the public and tell that what are the good things in the budget, what are the takeaways from the budget for the society at large. I once again thank you, Mr. Suresh Sharma and Professor Iyer for giving this opportunity to share my views with you. Thank you very much. All the best.
I mentioned in the course of my presentation that Mr. Banksy gave me a magazine to read through. The magazine is called Governance Now. On this magazine is a photograph of Mr. Banksy. There must be something special about Mr. Banksy as well, who have got himself on that magazine, which talks about those who have set things right. Those who are wrong are now on the correct. Friends, if I've spoken as good and as well as I've spoken about Professor Iyer, I'll be feeling my duty in case I do not make a mention. And mention with absolute good, clear mind of mine. Not like a sentiment, I'm talking mind. There was a bank called Indian Bank some 13, 14 years ago. It was a bank written off. And then there was an angel sent over to redeem the bank. The bank, 5 years thereafter, became the topmost bank in the country. A similar story was enacted in this country's financial sector, banking sector per se. The name was called the Central Bank. A central bank which was offloaded. Instead of being central, became maybe Mufassil Bank or other bank. It was a negative. This gentleman called Mohan Banksale has brought that sinking ship of Central Bank from nearly lost, has lost Abni Aag, to being so solvent now. He has made that central. So this is the second example in the last 15, 20, 13 years that some individual in a very short span, how many months, sir? What, 14 months? 16, 18 months. To turn around an institution of central bank and he calls them centralized, 46,000 number of people. And today it's number 5 bank in the country. I think in the company of those who have achieved, Iyer is one of them, but he is one very stellar ones. Give a applause to him. When he talks about what he talks about, there is a lot of meaning behind what he says in the future. But I do not touch upon anything which concerns the budget. My duty was only concerned about having to talk about a bit about this man, the young boy called Gopal Iyer, which I think I've done. And on the bonus side, thankfully had busy mind too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Suresh Sharma ji, and thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking views. Let me take this opportunity to welcome and request Shri R.K. Bajaj, Founder, Director and Managing Editor of Metro Network, to deliver a brief on the recent television interview on Budget Day of his famous RKB show of Professor A.G. Iyer on Union Budget 2013.
I wish I was present, but do give me a CD of your address. I would also like to understand.
Hi, my name is Rajiv Bajaj. Now we run a television channel called Metro Network. Prior to that, we've been doing television now for a long, long time. Professor Iyer and I also go back a long, long way. How many years? 10 years? 20 years?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
10 years.
I thought 120 years. You know what? On the day of the budget, on February the 28th, should I speak in Hindi or should I speak in English?
Hindi बोलिए.
हिंदी बोलूं? ठीक है. 28 फरवरी को बजट डे के दौरान प्रोफेसर अय्यर और मैं डिस्कशन कर रहे थे टेलीविजन के ऊपर, बजट के ऊपर, और उसमें निष्कर्ष हम लोगों ने ये निकाला कि जितने भी बिजनेस चैनल थे, सॉरी, देयर ऑल कलीग्स, वेरी एस्टीम्ड कलीग्स, जितने भी बिजनेस चैनल थे, एज मिस्टर अंसले सेड, एज मिस्टर सुरेश शर्मा सेड, सब लोगों को डिस्कशन का जो मतलब एक जो दायरा होता है, हम लोग एक दायरा बना देते हैं, उसी के भीतर हम लोग रहते हैं, and the entire limit of discussion was how many stocks for whom. I mean, this is the silliest way to discuss a budget. A budget is just a finance bill. These are finance proposals which are presented in front of Parliament, and after that they form a certain policy on the basis of which the government will move. And it is not as if once a budget is passed, that means nothing can be done about it. There are so many other procedures involved, there are so many other processes involved, and I'm very sad to say this. I'm really and truly joking. I mean, you know, I've been a journalist now for 30 years. I started my career way back in 1981 when I was, I think, what, 19 years old? In fact, I was just out of school or something. I was still in college. I got my first job at Patriot, then in Surya magazine, and then I started. I was the head of Jain TV, and I mean, I was one of the first guys in television. Anyway, what I was really and truly sad about was, no one talked about the manner in which the finance minister, and I think Professor Iyer would be the best person to explain that, the manner in which Mr. P. Chidambaram has presented a possibly long-term view of how the Indian economy will have to grow. He has strengthened the backbone of the Indian economy, जो हिंदुस्तान की अर्थव्यवस्था की रीढ़ की हड्डी है, उसको ताकतवर किया है और सशक्त बनाया है पी चिदम्बरम ने. क्यों बनाया? सुनिए. For the first time, a finance minister has given so much to the power sector. For the first time, a finance minister has gotten up and said, hey, listen, this is what needs to be done for the farm sector. This is what needs to be done for the rural sector. Now, these are not very glamorous subjects, all right? These are not glamorous subjects. ये वो नहीं है कि भाई फिल्म इंडस्ट्री कुछ दे दिया, गाड़ियों में कुछ और दे दिया, टैक्स ऑप्स बढ़ा दिए, आपकी जो टैक्स लिमिट है वो 1.5 लाख से 2.5 लाख कर दिया, 3.5 लाख कर दी. As a result of which there was no discussion on that. And we were shocked. I was shocked. You remember, Pasai, we were talking about that?
Absolutely.
For the next 2 days also, we were shocked that nobody was talking about these basic points of the budget. What I said was, and he agreed with me, what I said was, when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru laid the foundations for the Hirakud Dam, for the Bhakra Nangal Dam, for the IITs, for the IIMs, for the RACs, I am reasonably certain if these television channels and if these analysts had been around even at that time, they would have ignored that too. They would have just said, hey, this is stupid. Why aren't we importing? Why aren't we importing everything? Just a small story. This is my old friend, my teacher actually, Professor Hiren Mukherjee of the CPI. He used to say, you know when oil exploration started in India, when ONGC was formed, you would remember? When ONGC was formed, you know the Americans came over here and you know what they said to us? And this is on record. I was very young, of course. I mean, this is much before my time. I was not even in school. You know what the Americans said? They said, there is no oil in India. And then after they said, why do you need oil? All you need to do is to buy it from us. Why do you need it? Why do you need to do anything on your own? What P. Chidambaram has provided in this budget is an all-new roadmap about, as was rightly said over here, not about what's the soft in it for me. यानी मेरे लिए इसमें क्या कंसेशन है वो नहीं है, बल्कि मैं अब अपने देश के लिए और अपने लिए क्या कर सकता हूं. हमारी जो सोच है, सबसे बड़ी बात है, हमारी जो विचारधारा है, जिसके तहत हम लोग अभी तक बने हुए हैं कि सरकार कुछ है. क्या है सरकार? क्या है? माई बाप है. माई बाप कौन? बादशाह अकबर. वही मतलब मुगलिया सल्तनत चल रही है ना अभी तक, कि बादशाह अकबर के एस्ट्रोलॉजर ने आकर के बता दिया कि ईद का चांद एग्जैक्टली मतलब आकाश में कहां और कब दिखेगा. तो बादशाह अकबर ने खड़े होकर कह दिया कि गंतर संघ अता किया. गंतर संघ यानी उसको राजा दरभंगा बना दिया. आज तक दरभंगा की जो स्टेट है, उनके जो पुरखे थे, सबसे जो उनके फाउंडिंग फादर थे, वो बादशाह अकबर के दरबार में ज्योतिषी हुआ करते थे. क्योंकि चांद का टाइम प्रिडिक्ट कर दिया गया, इसलिए बादशाह ने अता कर दिया. हम लोग जो हैं, वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेटली, ज्यादातर लोग, अब नहीं, I'll qualify that a little bit in my next sentence, हम अब तक ये देख रहे हैं बजट की तरफ, सरकार की तरफ, कि हमें क्या अता किया जा रहा है, कि हमें क्या मिल रहा है. अरे आपको मिल क्या रहा है? आप ही का तो है, तो मिलेगा क्या? किसका है ये? सबसे बड़ी बात क्या है? ये फाइनेंस प्रपोजल्स जो है, ये रेवेन्यू जो है, ये डेफिसिट जो है, किसका है? अरे भाई मेरा है. दिस इज माइन. नाउ आई हैव टू डिसाइड हाउ मच एम आई गोइंग टू कंट्रीब्यूट, व्हाट एम आई गोइंग टू बी डूइंग, वेयर माई ओन लेवल ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस and the country's level of existence is going to be enhanced. Of course, I can always sit back and say, I'm going to do nothing because this government has done nothing for me. Whose government is it? It is my government. I have to do something about it. You know, when we were growing up, when we were in school, am I taking too much of time? You guys not getting bored, are you?
Absolutely right.
You know, I have a problem. When I start talking, it becomes very difficult for me to stop. So somebody will have to tell me, hey, get off the stage. All right? As soon as you guys get bored, just let me know, get off the stage and I will. Now, when we were in school, the only thing that we used to be told was, hey, what you going to do? Are you going to the Air Force? Are you going to the Army? Are you going to the Navy? Are you sitting for the NDA? Are you sitting for the combined medical entrance examination? Are you sitting for the IIT? Are you going to be an engineer, a doctor, or a what? Fauji, or a CA? That's it. As he said, I mean, it's a mind-boggling figure. How many CAs are in the country? 2.5. How many CAs in the country?
2 million? 2 million.
2.5 million. 2 million. All right. 2 million and another million ready to go. Right? One above. That's all. But today, I tell you what, the younger generation, all these young people, I have a daughter. I have a daughter who's just about, perhaps, as old as you guys are. She doesn't want to be a CA. She does not want to be an IAS officer. What does she want? She wants a business of her own. She wants to do something of her own which is creatively satisfying and which will give her a great lifestyle. That's what she wants to do. And I'm reasonably certain Mr. Dhansal is sitting over there, would have also experienced the same thing in his bank, where young people would be coming in with great new proposals, where if he had not been bound by the rules of a nationalized bank, he would have perhaps been able to do much more. Perhaps. I'm not sure. But that's the big change which has come. So that is the change that we must translate into everything else. Talking about this budget, I'm sorry I'm digressing. Talking about this budget, Professor Iyer and I discussed this budget. We discussed about the fact that how renewable sources of energy, look at the kind of boost they've been given. Look at the kind of the boost that energy sector has been given. Now, unless and until you have energy, unless and until you have electricity, how are you going to conduct your business? We are sitting over here in the Maharashtra Chambers of Commerce. Do we have anybody from the MCC here? We don't, right?
But we have some.
We have. No, we don't. Alright, anyway. You know, 8 years ago, was it 8 years? I think it was 8 years ago when Dilip Walse Patil used to be the power minister. We called him on the show. He's on the RTV show. And he says, you will be glad to know we have just signed 14 MOUs for 14 new power plants. Right? I don't think even a single power plant has started to function even now. I don't think any work has been done at all with that. एक भी नहीं हुआ। मेरा ये कहना है कि ये सब लोग जितने भी लोग हैं बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं कि भाई 14 पावर प्लांट इधर साइन कर दिए उधर साइन कर दिए। भाई एक फिजिबिलिटी रिपोर्ट देखिए, उसके बाद आप देखिए प्राइवेट हैंड्स में दे दीजिए और सबके लिए जो एक रास्ता है वो ठीक कर दीजिए। आज की तारीख में नरेंद्र मोदी को लेकर के बहुत अजीबोगरीब बातें होती हैं, बहुत अजीबोगरीब बातें होती हैं। कोई कहता है बदमाश है, कोई कहता है हिटलर है, you know, responsible for genocide, killed so many people, so on and so forth. Forget about all that. Today, there is no power cut in Gujarat. There is no such thing as a power cut in Gujarat. Why? Because he took a rational decision. And I leave it to the experts. Narendra Modi, from whatever I have seen of him and other people also, for example, all those successful politicians who've done very well in their states, they said, what do you want from me? I want this thing done. Mr. Modi, as far as I know, does not decide what will be the load factor on which wire. Unfortunately, as far as our administrators are concerned and other people are concerned, they expect things to get done in the best possible manner, but they will not allow you to do your job, which is the saddest thing in the world. But look at the example of Gujarat. Why can't the Gujarat example be followed everywhere else? अरे सोलर एनर्जी हिंदुस्तान में क्या सौर ऊर्जा की कमी है? सूर्य देवता की कमी है हिंदुस्तान में? सनलाइट की कमी है क्या? Are we a cold country? Are we on the North Pole? कि 6 महीने तक सूरज नहीं निकलता, तो therefore you cannot even you know think of solar energy. Today, the entire kitchen in Shirdi, साईं बाबा का की जो रसोई है शिरडी में, जहां पर 3000 लोगों के लिए हर रोज खाना बनता है, वो सिर्फ सोलर एनर्जी पे चलता है।
10,000 लोगों के लिए बनता है।
अब 10,000 हो गया होगा। चलिए 3,000 एक टाइम पे, चलिए कोई बात नहीं। 10,000 लोगों के जा रहे हैं सर।
Thank you.
सर थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, sir.
माय अकाउंट इज सेफ।
Thank you, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, one final word. अगर शिरडी में सोलर पावर से 10,000 लोगों के लिए रोज खाना बन सकता है, बिल्कुल क्लीन खाना, नो पोल्यूशन, जरा भी प्रदूषण नहीं, तो बाकी जगह क्यों नहीं बन सकता है? अगर तिरुपति में बन सकता है, तो बाकी जगह क्यों नहीं बन सकता है? अब तो आनंदपुर साहब में भी बना रहे हैं। Am I right, sir?
You're right.
पंजाब में आनंदपुर साहब में,
Yes.
तो बाकी जगह हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते? There are two reasons for this. One reason, of course, is government policy that needs to wake up, and I think after this budget, every government per force will have to do this, whether they like it or not. And number two, a lot of vested interests. Just like a lot of oil companies will never allow major research or implementation of that major research to get into the commercial market of non-petroleum based products. For example, as far as Brazil is concerned, as you know, most of Brazil cars run on ethanol. Brazil was told very clearly by all the great bankers, by the Lehman Brothers, by Morgan, and by everybody else, that you will be able to sell your goods in the US only if you buy our petrol. If you don't do it, you will not be able to sell. Otherwise, we'll put an ad valorem duty of somewhere in the region of 250%.
Yes.
This is the power of Shell, of Exxon, of Chevron, and British Petroleum. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. So for that, all of us have to get up. All of us have to get up and help our government, because it is our government. You can't just keep sitting back and waiting for something to come to you. It is not going to come to you. We have to do it ourselves. I was in Sahara. I was running all the Sahara news channels. It would have been the easiest thing in the world for me to sit back and continue to, enjoy all the benefits that come with having a job. We said no. We have to do something of our own. Just like Professor Iyer. Professor Iyer could have easily gone and he could have easily got a job in an IIT, he would have been teaching in an RSC, or he could have gone abroad, he would have been in the Glasgow Engineering School or something, he would have got the James Watt Chair of, energy and renewable energy or stuff like that. He did. He decided to start Inertia. So you need more Professor Iyers. You're all young people. Don't think of doing a job. Start doing something on your own. Start doing something in your backyard. Start doing something in your garage. Start doing something in whatever little place that you've got. Above all, start doing something with your head. The government is not going to give you anything. You'll have to take it and you'll have to do something for yourself. And as far as this budget is concerned, I think Professor Iyer will be able to explain to you in detail. I think this strengthens the backbone of the economic structure of India. And 10 years down the line, we'll turn around and say, hey, listen, Chidambaram was right. One other thing before I go. 3 days later, 4 days later, 4 days later, 4 days, or 3 days later, 3 days later, 28th of February, the budget, 28th of February evening, Professor Iyer and I discussed it and praised it in the studio. 2nd of March or 3rd of March, the only rating agency, the only financial agency that actually got it right, Moody's, turns around, praises the budget and says exactly what we said on the 28th and said, this is the way forward. Chidambaram has finally been able to balance all the factors and provide a budget which is great for investment, great for growth, great for everybody who can see that it's great and take the best out of it. This is not a free lunch budget. Let's be very clear. For the first time, I think in this country, we've come to the conclusion that there are no free lunches. यानी मुफ्त में आपको टिफिन नहीं मिलने वाला. सिंपल बात है. आप मुफ्त में डब्बा नहीं मिलेगा. अगर डब्बा चाहिए, उसके लिए काम करना पड़ेगा. एक डब्बे क्यों 1000 डब्बे ले लीजिए, आपके ऊपर है. लेकिन उसके लिए अब आपको काम करना पड़ेगा. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for listening to me so patiently. Not telling me to get off the stage.
We had a very refreshing time.
Thank you so much. And Professor is a great friend of mine, and one of the most refreshingly straight people that I've ever come across. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a thought-provoking views on our today's topic, Union Budget 2030. I request Professor A.G. Iyer to carry on this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, audience, and I must thank Vijay sir for coming here. In fact, we have discussed that entire budget on the channel, and it was a complete 1-hour discussion. I think we put the weight on almost everything that is there in the budget. But I always thought that it's important to come out, explain, and we would also send it across with our print. So today, I want to make it an interactive affair in the long run. But let me start before that. You have this little piece of document with you. You see my editorial, and I wanted to put, make your focus come on to my editorial. What it says is, Chidambaram delivers a path-breaking union budget. India's best union budget in a decade sets the pitch for returning back to India GDP growth rates of 7 to 8%. Watch every word that Bajaj Sahab has said, and he has explained to you, and you will see it here. 20th February was a D-Day in India's democracy, and in a way, a twist with our own destiny of the Indian economy. A finance minister whose acumen no right mind in the industry doubted, battled for his nation. His instinct and intuition made him bring in consensus amongst all his teammates in polity to one unison. No populism and only prudence and good economic sense in India's fiscal policy document providing direction to the economy. The Union Budget 2030. From 11 a.m. onwards on 20th February, the Parliament of India, Honorable P. Chidambaram, Union Minister of Finance for India, started with utmost clarity and the spirit of a true parliamentarian, and probably for the first time over a decade. Watch this, this is what we said on the channel. First time in the decade, first time over a decade, and looking at India's future generations and their economic well-being was under concern. Watch what I said. The future generation was thought about in this budget. Difficult to comprehend in times when I call it the promotion of, और ये बातें हमने उस चैनल में उस दिन बात करी है, popcorn economics, or what we call as instant gratification economics, and permissive economics. I will explain this to you. Popcorn economics is, भाई मुझे क्या मिल रहा है? आज मैं इधर आई हूं, आया हूं, मुझे कुछ मिलेगा? मिलेगा, नॉलेज मिलेगा, लेकिन पैसा नहीं मिलेगा मेरे भाई, राइट? तो ये हम सरकार से क्या चाहते हैं? वैसाखी. So this is the point, the popcorn economics. So that is what going on today. Everybody wants कि भाई मेरे पेट्रोल का पैसा कम हो गया, मेरे डीजल का पैसा कम हो गया, फलाना कम हो गया, ढीकना कम हो गया. I can go on and on. There's a lot of things in this. I just wanted to start with this paragraph to explain to you that the union budget was not done to please you and me, which I think most speakers have said today. Tangsare Sahab also said this, but to set the nation on a corrective course. What is that corrective course? Now I tell you, there is an idea called the fiscal deficit. Currently, our fiscal deficit, which is basically the current account deficit we are talking about, is of the order of 75 billion US dollars. Now that looks, oh my God, and when you convert that, it is percentage terms 5.2% of the GDP. Now we say, oh my God, that's big. I think most economists have said this is damning, it is big. But I am going to shock you. I am going to say that this 75 billion is just peanuts. It is just not there. Because the size of your GDP today is 2 trillion US dollars. And I tell you, all of you young people, I'm a little bit, positive on this. Maybe a lot of people will tell you that you're not doing enough. I think also our banker friend also said, right, you must all come. I would have liked this hall to be overflowing with young people. This is also my view, but it will take time. But let me tell you, if all of you continue to take your coffees in Cafe Coffee Day and in the baristas, and you continue to fund yourself, continue to look at like what his daughter does or my daughter does. My daughter wanted to learn German and go to her guitar classes. That was her immediate focus today. German, because she always found from me that I was always talking good of Germany, and then her name was Steffi, so I named it after Steffi Graf. So she wanted to learn German, that's it, So these are the young people with whom we are going to deal, right? If they continue to just do that, I tell you, these guys, the McDonald's, the KFCs, they have come here, right? I will tell you, we will double our GDP by just this. That our people continue to fund this business model of the Cafe Coffee Days, the baristas, I don't know what not, How many coffee joints are there in this country, sir? In every airport, there are new ones, right? Cafe Mocha and I don't know what not. If you just list them.
At the moment very low.
Yeah.
At the moment quite low, considering the size of the country.
Yeah, I know, but even that, I tell you, if it fills up.
I think about 385.
Yeah, I'm talking of if all our eateries continue to do well, which they have done well, even after recession, I think all our restaurants, you go to any restaurant in Mumbai, I don't think in the weekend, you have waiting time everywhere, whether you are at Melbourne Point, whether you are at Karjat also, I think. You will have waiting times. So, that situation, if it continues, I will tell you, this GDP will simply jump from 2 trillion to 4 trillion. No nation on the planet has the daring to say what I'm saying to you today. So that is the economics. But I'm just warning you, we must not depend on this alone. We must make it from 4 trillion to an 8 trillion jump. That is the difference. That is the real difference. It will just jump because we are all consuming, eating and going forward, living a happy life. But we must do something. That is, give our time, give our effort, and give our, I would say, all our intellect. In a young time when our bodies and minds are in sync, we should contribute to this country. And that is exactly what the union budget has done. So I will just read out a few things which are already there in this document which I have given so that you just come to know what we said just now. Like for infrastructure sector, I will just list down what are all there. Thrust to infrastructure economy of India and the budget pronounced an outlay for the 12th five-year plan at 55 lakh crore. 55 लाख करोड़ हमारे 12वीं पंचवर्षीय योजना में हमारे लिए दी गई है और इसके लिए प्रोविजन आज ही कर दिया गया है. मतलब अब कोई सरकार आए पीछे या आज जाए पीछे, उनको इसी डॉक्यूमेंट के ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा. जैसे वो बता रहे थे हमारे शर्मा जी कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के कई अमेंडमेंट हो गए हैं. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना एक ही बार, अंबेडकर साहब और 250 लोगों ने मिलकर एक जबरदस्त कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन देश को दिया. और वो जो संविधान आपको दिया गया, मैं आपको बताता हूं उसमें भी क्या बहुत जबरदस्त है. ये देश केवल एकमात्र देश है इस पूरी दुनिया में जिसको मैं SSSDR बोलता हूं. I think you must have forgotten your civics and history. But what does this mean? Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. इसका बहुत बड़ा मतलब है. इसकी डेप्थ में जाइए. Sovereign, that means there is no queen or king to whom you are reporting. Right? Because that would have happened if Nehru Sahab and Gandhi ji are all agreed in 1930. A lot of people said we would have been a diarchy. Go back to history and study it. And if we had been a diarchy, we would have owed allegiance to the Queen of England. She would be like the President of India, and we would have a nice parliament running under her. This is already there in Canada. Canada owes its allegiance to the Queen of England. So it is already there. And it says that it's a big country, right? It is in North America, right? So that's the situation. But US will never agree to Canada being equal. They consider this as Bangladesh, like the way we treat Bangladesh, This is horrible. We should stop treating Bangladesh the way we are treating many times. Because today, I think we should get them closer to us if we want to tackle Pakistan. That's a different subject altogether, The second thing is, Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewable Mission, which is, आपने सुना होगा JNUR में आपकी बसें आई हैं हर शहरों में. नई नई एयर कंडीशन बसें चली. आई थिंक मुंबई में हमारे नवी मुंबई से लेके ठाणा से लेके कल्याण से लेके जो AC बसेस आ रही हैं, लोगों को जो मौका दे रही हैं कि वो अपने नौकरियों को जा सकें, मतलब इसको इस सुविधा को इस्तेमाल कर सकें. एंटायर थिंग इज कम. इसके अलावा अभी गुजरात में जाएंगे, अहमदाबाद के अंदर कोई रेल सिस्टम नहीं है, लेकिन BRTS आ गया है, बस रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम. And that BRTS is the first successful BRTS of the country. And in fact now it has been labeled as the best BRTS of Asia. So you must congratulate that government of Narendra Modi, whether you like him or not. It does not matter. That is a successful system. Delhi tried BRTS. I tell you, Delhi की BRTS is iffy BRTS. थोड़ा चलती है फिर थोड़ी बंद होती है, फिर थोड़ी आती है फिर थोड़ी बंद होती है. लेकिन दिल्ली में भी बड़ा अच्छा काम हुआ है. See the metro rail network of Delhi. I tell you, that is to be congratulated. People don't like Sheila Dikshit, right? But I tell you, amongst the Congress chief ministers, Sheila Dikshit has done a wonderful job. Because what she has done, I was a kid in Faridabad when I grew up. And what Faridabad and Delhi I have seen, I tell you, the Delhi of today is far better than the Delhi of that time. आपको सोचना पड़ेगा, आपको बिजली कैसे वापरनी है. हमारे घरों में मैंने देखा है, दिल्ली के अंदर कई घर हैं जिसमें बंदे हैं ही नहीं तो भी एयर कंडीशनर चल रहे हैं. 4 एयर कंडीशनर चल रहे हैं, किसी को कोई फिक्र नहीं है. और वो छोड़ो, हमारे यहां तो ये हालत है कि झुग्गी झोपड़पट्टी में आज इतना पावर हो गया है कंज्यूमरिज्म का कि आप यू आर एबल टू बाई द ओवन, द माइक्रोवेव ओवन. अगर वो रन करेगी फिर आप बोले हमारा 1000 रुपए का बिल आ गया. भाई क्या कर सकते हैं. तो केजरीवाल साहब जाके बिजली जोड़ रहे थे, उनके ऊपर अरेस्ट वारंट निकलना चाहिए. तो इस तरह के इकोनॉमिक्स आप करेंगे तो आप सरकार के काम काज को रोक रहे हैं. यू आर ट्राइंग टू टेल पीपल कि यू स्टील, you do everything possible and break law. So I don't think I will tell my young people to ever be lawbreakers. Please don't even look at this issue. Please get out of it. Let us not be overcritical about our governments. We have to be critical. We have to be constructively critical about governance and government. We have to correct them, send them to the course. But we can be skeptics, but we cannot be pessimists. We have to be optimists. आपको मैं और थोड़ी 5-6 पॉइंट्स बताता हूं. Rupees 5,000 crores, that is $1 billion was allocated to National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD. इससे हमारे किसानों को फायदा होगा. मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर खाली नहीं, किसानों को फायदा होगा. और ये किस लिए वापस जाएगा? कोल्ड स्टोरेज बनाने की बात होगी. ये भी हमने बजाज साहब के साथ एक इंटरव्यू में डिस्कस किया, क्योंकि और ये भी सौर ऊर्जा से चल सकते हैं. इसको ऊर्जा से चलाने की जरूरत नहीं किसी और. You make a solar based cold storage system and I tell you the hydrogen economy will come in because the alternate power will be given by hydrogen. सूरज खाली 8 घंटे होता है, 9 घंटे होता है, इसमें से 5.5 घंटे हमारी बिजली का उत्पादन हो सकता है. लेकिन ये भी बुरा नहीं है, क्योंकि आप जर्मनी जाइए जहां पर इतनी ठंड पड़ती है, 6 महीना तो आपको सूरज मिलता ही नहीं है टेक्निकली, उसमें कुछ बिजली का उत्पादन नहीं होता. लेकिन जर्मनी की 50% जो बिजली की लोड है वो सोलर पे चल रही है आज, सौर ऊर्जा पे. और आपकी कंट्री में 320 दिन सूरज उगता है और आप उसको सवाल पूछ रहे हैं. तो बेवकूफी की बात नहीं हुई तो क्या हुई? 20 साल से जर्मनी कर रही है और आप आज सवाल पूछ रहे हैं हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता। तो दिस इज द फूलिशनेस दैट वी हैव। तो उसमें बहुत सारे तरीके हैं, हाइड्रोजन जुड़ेगा या गैस जुड़ेगा, गैस इकोनॉमी हाइड्रोजन आएगी, तो सोलर गैस, सोलर हाइड्रोजन हाइब्रिड, ये ऑटोमेटिक स्टैंड अलोन, ये ग्रिड से पावर नहीं लेगी। तो इसके लिए सरकार ने ये 5000 करोड़ क्यों दिए हैं ये मैंने आपको बताया। इसके अलावा रूरल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट फंड क्रिएट किया गया है 20,000 करोड़, दैट मींस $5 बिलियन। अब ये रूरल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का क्या मतलब है? ग्रामीण सड़कें, ग्रामीण आपको बोलता हूं कि सुविधाएं, अब देखिए महात्मा गांधी ने एक बार बीबीसी के लोगों ने इंटरव्यू किया और वो भारत आजाद हो रहा था उस टाइम पे, तो गांधी साहब से पूछा गया आपकी सबसे सर्वोपरि चिंता क्या है? तो बड़ा खतरनाक जवाब दिया उन्होंने। वो बोले कि मेरी सर्वोपरि चिंता ये है कि हमारे लोग अब वेयर दे विल गो टू आंसर नेचर्स कॉल। आज से कुछ सालों बाद वेयर दे विल गो टू आंसर नेचर्स कॉल। जब ये बात आई वो स्टंड हो गए, क्या बात कर रहे हैं। देखिए आज ये बात सत्य है, सुलभ शौचालय आंदोलन आया, सब कुछ आया, लेकिन आज भी हमारा वही हाल है कि हमारे लोगों को शौच के लिए जाने के लिए जगह नहीं है। और इसमें हमारी महिलाएं सबसे ज्यादा बुरे हाल में, ग्रामीण महिलाएं। अगर इसके लिए आप पैसा नहीं देना चाहते, आप और मैं अपने घरों में अच्छे एसी में बैठे हैं शहरों में और मजे कर रहे हैं और इन लोग कुछ नहीं मिले तो कितना खराब होगा। ये मैंने आपको मैंने आपको बताया कि इसका मीनिंग क्या है, तात्पर्य क्या है। इंडियन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फाइनेंस कॉर्पोरेशन लिमिटेड, ये एक बड़ी बैंक बनाई है, फाइनेंस कंपनी है विद एशियन डेवलपमेंट बैंक। अलॉन्ग विद दैट दे विल डेवलप अ लॉन्ग टर्म इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट फंड। ये हमारे अर्बन और इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए ये एक बहुत बड़ा स्टेप है। 6,000 करोड़, दैट इज $1.2 बिलियन एलोकेटेड टू रूरल मास हाउसिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। और इसके अलावा 2,000 करोड़ $400 million फॉर अर्बन मास हाउसिंग। मेरे को आप बताइए, आज कोई भी आपके जैसे अभी अगली नस्ल जो जा रही है घर खरीदना चाहती है तो कितने पैसे में घर खरीदेगी? 1 BHK आज मुंबई के अंदर किस प्राइस में मिलेगा? मेन मुंबई में मेरे को नहीं लगता 1 करोड़ से नीचे कुछ आए है। और अगर समझिए आप थाना डिस्ट्रिक्ट से बाहर चले जाएं या आप बोरीवली से आगे चले जाएं तो मेरे को लगता है कि ये वेस्टर्न साइड में आपको कम से कम 50-60 लाख रुपए से कम में नहीं मिलेगा। और अगर आप सेंट्रल में आएंगे तो शायद आपको बदलापुर, डोंबिवली और थाना वो साइड में आपको बिटवीन 18 lakhs to 40 lakhs ये रेंज है। अब मैं आपको ये एनसीआर की हालत बताता हूं। ये हमने एमएमआर की बताई, मुंबई मेट्रोपॉलिटन रीजन। एनसीआर हमारा देश का राजनीतिक कैपिटल है, नेशनल कैपिटल रीजन, जिसमें नई दिल्ली, नोएडा, फरीदाबाद, गाजियाबाद और ये इलाके आते हैं, ठीक है, और गुड़गांव भी आता है। उसके अंदर अगर आप कोई 2 BHK, वहां तो लोग 2 BHK का मकान ही नहीं लेते, 2-3 BHK का सवाल है, कोई 1 BHK लेता नहीं है। और समझो वो दे रहे हैं 2 BHK, तो उसको 1 से 1.5 करोड़ के नीचे कुछ नहीं मिल रहा। तो आप मेरे को बताइए कि अगर एवरेज सैलरी आपकी 20-25 हजार रुपए होगी और आप, हमारे आदमी किसने भी ड्रीम कर सकता है कि बहुत पैसा मिलने वाला है, लेकिन ये नहीं होने वाला है। 2 दिन पहले एक बात हुई है, सबसे अमीर देशों में स्विट्जरलैंड है। वहां अभी 68% लोगों ने रेफरेंडम में वोट किया कि जितने कॉर्पोरेट एग्जीक्यूटिव है उनके पगार आगे कर दिए जाए, क्योंकि ये देश पे बोझ है। अब ये यूरोप में इन्होंने किया तो जर्मनी की हवा निकली हुई है। मैं डॉक्टर खन्ना से बात कर रहा था अपने दोस्त से, वो बोले हमारे यहां सबकी हवा निकली पड़ी है कि बड़े बड़े कॉर्पोरेट एग्जीक्यूटिव सैलरी स्लैश करें। अब ये कंपनियां नहीं कर रही है तो गवर्नेंस के थ्रू किया जाएगा, क्योंकि अगर डिस्पैरिटी आप क्रिएट करेंगे समाज के अंदर और हर आदमी बोले मेरे को और चाहिए, मेरे को और चाहिए, तो ग्रीड का कोई अंत नहीं है। तो आपको कितना चाहिए? मेरे हिसाब से आपको अच्छे कपड़े पहनने को मिले, अच्छा खाने को मिले और आप धीरे धीरे ग्रो करें, सेविंग्स बनाएं। ये सेविंग्स कल्चर नहीं है उड़ाने का कल्चर। आए तो उड़ाओ, आए तो उड़ाओ, है और चाहिए, मतलब अभी करना है पॉपकॉर्न इकोनॉमिक्स एंड मौत साइकोलॉजी। आपने कभी मौत को देखा है? मौत होता है, दैट इज, अभी हिंदी में मैं आपको कैसे समझाऊं, अभी जो बरसात में आता है और दूसरे टाइम पे भी होता है, ये कीड़े जो जाते हैं आपके हैं, ये जैसे ही जाते हैं उसकी तरफ ही भागते रहते हैं, बिजली की तरफ ही, अल्टीमेटली मर जाते हैं, सारी एनर्जी यूज करते हैं, उनकी मौत ही आती है, बड़ी क्विकली दे गो टू डेथ। ठीक है, इसी तरह एक ड्रग एडिक्ट, बोलना नहीं चाहिए उसकी तो बीमारी है, लेकिन वो ड्रग एडिक्ट वो जानता है वो मरने वाला है, लेकिन ही इन्फ्यूजेस मोर ड्रग इनटू हिमसेल्फ। नाउ देयर इज नो डिफरेंस हमारी मानसिकता में और इस तरह के जो एग्जांपल्स है इसमें कोई फर्क नहीं है। हम बोलते हैं हमें आज दो यार, हमें कल का लेना देना नहीं है। तो इफ यू वांट If I want my children, their children, their children, and their children to survive, I have to change myself. Today, because if I don't do, and if you think this is a sacrifice, it is foolish. I tell you, it is not a sacrifice. It is perpetual duty. I remember I have read a lot about Gandhiji, but many times I discover new things. So, 1.5 years back, I was at Sabarmati. I went to the ashram and I was reading all those murals that were there. उसमें से एक में लिखा था, गांधी जी के मतलब बड़े जबरदस्त उनके विचार हैं. उन्होंने लिखा कि भाई तुम्हारे हक हैं, राइट्स एंड ड्यूटीज की बात हो रही थी. उन्होंने कहा तुम्हारे हक हैं, राइट्स हैं, लेकिन ये राइट्स डिराइव्ड हैं. मतलब ये तब आएंगे जब आप अपनी जिम्मेदारियां निभाओगे. यू विल डू योर ड्यूटीज. I'll give you an example. When a young child grows, parents are the most selfless people. Their relationship is not having any money, right? The mother, the father, they take care of you, grow. You don't know anything about the world. When you become big, suddenly, and then you grow, you got your independence, freedom. Now we say, this is now freedom. Of course, they will give you everything today. You know, today's parents will go to any extent to support you, even many times when you're wrong. You know, but you imagine a little thing. Is this right? An automatic right? Isn't there a duty towards those very people who have taken care of you all these years? अगर हम ये नहीं कर पाएंगे, ये अगर कोई और दुनिया नहीं कर रही है, मैं कोई वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड या ईस्टर्न वर्ल्ड की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, लेकिन अगर हमारे यहाँ की संस्कृति हमें ये बताती है कि ये हमारा हिसाब है, ये हमारा जेनेटिक कोड है, और हम अपने माँ बाप ने जो किया है उसको समझ के ही आगे जाएंगे. अगर वो सच है तो मुझे लगता है कि now every economy you say, no, we don't want any भाषण, we don't want anything, we don't want this, we don't want that. इससे नहीं चलने वाला. कोई भाषण नहीं दे रहा आपको, बता रहे हैं कि आप बराबर समझ जाइए, नहीं तो जो आप गिरेंगे, मुंह के बल गिरेंगे, खून निकलेगा और कभी आपकी नाक टूट जाएगी, इस रिपेयर नहीं होगी. इसको समझना बहुत जरूरी है. So if, because the next thing is your kids, he will say, my guy did this to my parent, you know, my grandfather, and he or she will have sympathy. भाई आपने भी तो किया था, आपको बराबर जवाब दे देंगे. भाई तुमने क्या किया तुम्हारे माँ बाप के साथ, तो हम भी वही करेंगे. Think about it a minute. So economically, let us look at what we were. I'm not talking of joint parentage and all. Keep relationships. Think about human relationships, respect, and working with the people around you. Even people grow old. Please look at it. I was very surprised. मैंने पॉलिटिकल सर्कल में सुना कि नहीं, अडवाणी साहब तो बहुत बुढ़े हो गए. मैं आपको बता रहा हूं, मैं उनको मिला था करीब 2 साल पहले. अब ये पॉलिटिक्स वाली बात नहीं है, वो मेरे से ज्यादा जवान लग रहे हैं. When I saw him one to one, I thought this man has more energy than me. And whether you like it or not, that is the scenario. So this is not the type of talk we should get from the, I'm sorry sir, our media. Both of us are part of it. So there are a lot of things like this.
No, we are separate.
Yeah, for sure. But we have to be
Look at Sachin Tendulkar. He's an old man, right?
Absolutely.
He displays more energy on the field than most of the young fellas.
Absolutely.
Did you see him running? Did you see him fielding this time?
Now look at his throws. They reach the wicket keeper, directly into the, so let's not talk of his retirement.
What does age have to do with it?
Absolutely. So the next thing is, tax-free institutional bonds worth 50,000 crores are issued. Road regulatory authority is set up. स्मार्ट इंडस्ट्रियल सिटीज, ये बहुत बड़ा स्टेप है इस देश में. अभी आप सोचेंगे स्मार्ट सिटी क्या होती है, वर्ड स्मार्ट लगा दिया आगे. स्मार्ट सिटीज आर सेल्फ कंटेंट सिटीज. अब ये धोलेरा इन गुजरात एंड शेंद्रे बितकिन इन महाराष्ट्र, ये पूरे जो स्ट्रेस पे वेस्टर्न कोस्ट लाइन है, आपको मैं याद दिलाऊंगा. अभी यंगस्टर्स को कुछ इतना मालूम नहीं होगा, लेकिन मैं आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहता हूं कि जब अनडिवाइडेड महाराष्ट्र गुजरात हुआ करता था, तो वो बॉम्बे प्रेसिडेंसी होती थी. बजाज साहब, यू कैन करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग. बॉम्बे प्रेसिडेंसी यहां से लेके पुणे के बॉर्डर से लेके आगे लेके सूरत तक, या गुजरात, राइट. सो द एंटायर थिंग इज अगेन बीइंग ब्रॉट बैक इकोनॉमिकली बिकॉज हिस्ट्री रिपीट्स इटसेल्फ. सो धोलेरा एंड शेंद्रे बितकिन आर राइट ऑन द कोस्ट, overlooking the Arabian Sea literally. And if you look at Dholera's position, it is a very wonderfully strategic position. On the other side, you can actually look at the Oman and the entire Middle East. This is an overlooking city. I tell you, it's a master game that India is playing. Because on the other side, Oman, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि दुनिया की सबसे ज्यादा गैस इसके पास है, जो नॉन कंट्रोवर्शियल गैस है। हम ईरान का गैस कभी नहीं ले पाएंगे, लेकिन हम ओमान का गैस जरूर ला सकते हैं, और ओमान से इंडिया की कोई दुश्मनी नहीं है, और बड़ा छोटा देश है जैसे भूटान है, उस तरह का देश है। इनफैक्ट मेरे वो ओपनिंग इसमें मैंने ग्रॉस नेशनल हैप्पीनेस की बात की है। GDPs will not drive nations. Gross national happiness will. How do you get gross national happiness? Not by currency, but by making the human development dice of the people grow. They should personally feel belonging to the country. They should personally be responsible. A little bit of money can go down, but your self-development must happen. You should look like this is my country and I am doing, and my country wants me. अगर वो फीलिंग आप लाएंगे तो GDP पता नहीं कहां भाग जाएगी, दूसरे देश हमारे से पीछे हो जाएंगे। सुपर पावर बनना है तो ये करना ही पड़ेगा। तो बेसिकली शेंद्रे बिदकिन और ढोलेरा ऐसा स्टेप है इस देश का जो अगले 15 साल में हमें एकदम ऐसी ऊंचाइयों की ओर ले जाएगा, क्योंकि इन शहरों में इनकी मास रैपिड ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम, इनमें रहना, इनके अंदर की सुविधा, इनकी सफाई, इनका जो एनर्जी कंजम्पशन मॉडल है जो एकदम एफिशिएंट होगा। मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि आप सब कुछ खराब कर रहे हैं, आप एनवायरमेंट फ्रेंडली करेंगे, सस्टेनेबल सिटीज की बात कर रहे हैं। सो दिस इज द मॉडल इंडिया इज ट्राइंग टू एक्सपेरिमेंट, बिकॉज हम पुरानी सिटीज को रिपेयर करके उसको रेट्रोफिट कर रहे हैं, वो काफी दिक्कत वाली बात है, क्योंकि इसमें लोग जब अंदर रह रहे होते हैं उसको वापस से रिपेयर करने में काफी दिक्कत है। ये एकदम से पूरा ठीक नहीं हो पाएगा, काफी समय लगता है। लेकिन कोई नई सिटी आप बना रहे हैं नए प्लान से, उसको एक आप मॉडल बनाएंगे तो आप ऐसे न्यू सिटीज आप डेवलप कर सकते हैं। अदरवाइज ओल्डर सिटीज इफ यू सी आर अ डिजास्टर, लाइक न्यूयॉर्क इज अ कंप्लीट डिजास्टर, कैलिफोर्निया इज अ सुपर डिजास्टर with, I think they have completely damaged their coastline, and they are getting all sorts of the Katrinas and all nice names they have for those typhoons and things that come in and they destroy the coast every time, you know. So these issues, yeah, Louisiana, yeah. So many of these keep coming and they keep destroying them every day. They come back and that has got an economic impact. They can be an 18 to 20 trillion dollar economy, but I'm telling you for the next 10 years I'm predicting US is going to handle bigger disasters. You know why? US still runs 30 to 40% of its energy from coal. They have shifted to gas, but still the old plants of coal are not shut down for some godforsaken reason. I don't know why they are doing it. They have so much of gas, they'll get shale gas, probably they will change. But that situation will continue to devastate them. Because when you send the carbon, which is in the ground, basically सबको समझना चाहिए कार्बन और नाइट्रोजन आपके वो पदार्थ है जो खाद जैसे हैं। आपकी जो उपज होती है वो कार्बन और नाइट्रोजन इज फंडामेंटल टू द ग्रोथ ऑफ क्रॉप्स। आप उसको नीचे से निकाल रहे हैं, आप फिर उसको जला रहे हैं, फिर आप उसको ऊपर भेज रहे हैं, वो फिर आपका एक ब्लैंकेट बन रहा है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, फिर उससे आपकी वार्मिंग हो रही है लोकलाइज, फिर आप बोल रहे हैं इस कार्बन को मैं वापस नीचे कैसे ले जाऊं। अब अमेरिकन ने एक नया टेक्निक लाया, यू नो टेक्निक, दे सेड वी विल डू कार्बन सिक्वेस्ट्रेशन। उस कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल को पकड़ के जमीन के अंदर भेजना, मैं आपको बोलता हूं उसमें जो ऊर्जा लगेगी वो आप सोच नहीं सकते। तो इस तरह की जो बेवकूफियां है ना हमारे यहाँ, कि ये हमें किसी और जगह से आया है, ये इंडिया से नहीं गया है। हमारे इसमें सूर्य नमस्कार करते थे, है ना, इजिप्शियंस दे यूज्ड टू प्रे टू द नाइल रिवर। पूरी एशियन कम्युनिटी की बात कर रहा हूं। और हवा के बारे में भी आप देखें तो कई लोग प्रे करते थे, मायन सिविलाइजेशन, बाकी साउथ अमेरिकन वो प्रे करती थी। तो वायु, सूरज और जल, ये कॉम्बिनेशन आप लगाओ, कोई कार्बन ही नहीं है। तो व्हाई डोंट वी हैव एन इकोनॉमी डिपेंडिंग ऑन दिस। और अगर जबरदस्ती थोड़ा बहुत कार्बन एम्ब्रेस करना है तो गैस है, गैस आपको बिल्कुल बैलेंस में ले आएगा कि आपके पास जो कमी है वो ला सकते हैं। हम इसकी तरफ ना जाके हम कोयले के पीछे इतनी बुरी तरह फंसे पड़े हैं और गैस को इतना महंगा कर दिया है देश में। और जबकि सबसे बड़ी बात है, हम अपने सारे व्हीकल्स को डीजल से गैस में कर रहे हैं, उसके बावजूद भी हमारा अकल नहीं आ रही। हम वो गैस निकाल के फर्टिलाइजर बना रहे हैं। अब आप देखिए, फर्टिलाइजर आप बनाओ गैस से, तो फर्टिलाइजर बनने के बाद उसको आप डाल रहे हैं, वो फर्टिलाइजर आपकी जो किसान की हालत खराब कर रहा है, क्योंकि ये तो इंडिया में आज भी फॉस्फेटिक फर्टिलाइजर चल रहा है। वी हैव स्टिल नॉट गॉन आउट। 30 years back the US refused to use this kind of fertilizers, and we are still continuing. So the entire fields of these farmers are dead because they have to go to crop diversification and other issues, and these have been set in this budget. First time there is money allocated to crop diversification. So I am trying to tell you that this budget is a corrective budget. I don't want to continue to talk about everything because I have put everything in black and white here. I would rather see on the power sector also, we have opened up gas. We are ready to give FDI to the wind energy sector. And one of the biggest things that have happened in this budget is, अगर आप 100 करोड़ से ऊपर आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो 15% उसमें से आपको एक तरह से एडवांस एक्सेलरेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन मिल रहा है. मतलब आपको रेगुलर डेप्रिसिएशन भी मिलेगा एंड उसके अलावा 15% और मिलेगा. ये किस देश की इकोनॉमिक्स में किया गया बताइए आप? और मैं आपको बोलते बोलते बोल गया, ये कंट्री सोवरेन, सोशलिस्ट, सेक्युलर, डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक है. यहां पर बहसबाजी होती है, यहां पर सभ्य बहसबाजी हो, ऑपोजिशन करें, पार्लियामेंट चलाएं, समझ में आ रहा? तो ये जब तक हम अपने नेताओं को भी इस रास्ते पे नहीं लाएंगे, भाई तुम लड़ क्यों रहे हो? तुम बराबर आर्ग्यू करो, तुम जाओ, तुम अपनी विचारधारा रखो, लेकिन कम से कम देश के लिए काम तो करो यार. आप हमसे काम मांग रहे हो तो आप भी तो काम करिए. 150 दिन नहीं करिए, पार्लियामेंट 300 दिन चलाइए. हमें यह पूछना चाहिए, ना कि केजरीवाल साहब की तरह जाके स्ट्राइक करें, रोज बंद करें, हैं? बॉम्बे बंद, दिल्ली बंद. बंद से कुछ नहीं हुआ, बंद से इकोनॉमी का और नुकसान होता है. आज एक दिन के बंद से बॉम्बे जैसे शहर में 2000 से 3000 करोड़ का नुकसान होगा, और अब वो 5000 करोड़ हो जाएगा. $1 बिलियन एक ही दिन में खत्म हो जाएंगे. तो वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू डू दिस टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स. वी शुड नॉट गेट इनटू दिस काइंड ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स. Few of you who have come here, please carry forward the message. Make a movement. Few of us can make a massive movement. We have to criticize. There is no doubt. We have to go after correction. We have to ensure that what is promised in this budget must be achieved by both this government and any government that comes in the future. The track is set, the path is set, but it is in your hand. Government can only do as much. They can only declare the policy construct. अब मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि चिदंबरम साहब चाहते तो बोलते आपके टैक्स माफ, हर एक फैमिली को 5000 रुपया दिया जाएगा, बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन को इतना दिया जाएगा 5000, अब वो पॉवर्टी लाइन को हम पढ़ने के लिए दे देंगे फ्री, ये कर देंगे. अगर वो सारा अनाउंस करते हैं, मैं आपको आज बता रहा हूं, हमारे देश की जो रेटिंग होती है ना, मूडीज की जो बात कर रहे हैं, वो दूसरे दिन बोलता है इंडिया में पैसा मत डालो भैया, इंडिया पैसा डूब जाएगा. और आपकी इकोनॉमी में इतना पैसा नहीं है. अभी हमने दिल्ली में डिस्कस किया कि बिजली क्षेत्र में, वो हमने चैनल में भी डिस्कस किया, बिजली क्षेत्र में हमें अगले 10 साल में कम से कम $500 बिलियन की आवश्यकता है. इसका मतलब केवल बीज के क्षेत्र में, बिजली के क्षेत्र में हमें 25 लाख करोड़ की आवश्यकता है. ये कहां से आएंगे? है दिखता तो कम है, लेकिन आएंगे कहां से? ये केवल हमारी सरकार नहीं डालेगी, हमें अपने आप को एक अट्रैक्टिव इन्वेस्टमेंट डेस्टिनेशन बनाना आवश्यक है. इसका कारण भी बताता हूं मैं आपको. आज अमेरिका जो है वो केवल 1.5% पे ग्रो कर रहा है जीडीपी में. भारत आज 5-5.5% पे तो ग्रो कर रहा है. ठीक है, यूरोप वो भी यही 1.5% पे पड़ा हुआ है, उनके बुरे हाल है. तो कौन सी इकोनॉमी में आप साहूकारी का भी धंधा देखें, जो चाहिए करें, यूरोप में करें या अमेरिका में करें. साहूकार भी इतना इंटेलिजेंट है कि मैं उस मार्केट में जाऊंगा जहां मैं अपनी पूंजी डालूं, वो कम से कम थोड़ी सी 1.5 गुना या डबल तो हो जाए. तो 1.5 गुना या डबल तो आपकी इकोनॉमी होगी. किस इकोनॉमी में होगी? और चाइना में नहीं डालेगा. पूछिए क्या कारण? चाइना सैचुरेट हो चुका है, चाइना पे ट्रस्ट नहीं है, और चाइना में जो भी बन चुका है सब कुछ इनएफिशिएंट चल रहा है. और जिसने भी अगर अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी दे दी तो चाइना ने कॉपी कर ली. इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स की पूरी चोरी हो रही है वहां. तो इसमें कोई भी देश उसको सपोर्ट नहीं करेगा इतनी आसानी से. हाँ, अब चाइना को दूसरा काम करना पड़ेगा, उसको इंडिया से दोस्ती करनी पड़ेगी. मिलिट्री लड़ाई की जगह उससे दोस्ती करनी पड़ेगी, और ये दोस्ती भी होगी, लेकिन इसको 10 साल लगेंगे. ये इतनी जल्दी नहीं होगी. ये दोनों देश एक जमाने में इतने भयंकर दोस्त होते थे कि चाइनीज स्कॉलर्स हैव टेकन बुद्धिज्म फ्रॉम इंडिया. हमारे देश के बोध गया में पैदा हुआ और वो पूरे विश्व में गया, वो चाइनीज लेके गए. हमारी ये जो सांस्कृतिक जो तालमेल है, इसको आज के दिन में चाइनीज लोग जरूर जानते हैं, लेकिन चाइनीज गवर्नमेंट नहीं जानती है. क्योंकि हमारे शर्मा जी बैठे हुए हैं इंडो चाइना इकोनॉमिक काउंसिल के, उन्हें थोड़ा मेरी बातें थोड़ी कटु लगेगी, लेकिन हमारे बातें होती रहती हैं. मैं जरूर इंडिया और चाइना की दोस्ती चाहता हूं, लेकिन उस दोस्ती में चाइना इंडिया को खाए वो दोस्ती मुझे मंजूर नहीं. मुझे वो दोस्ती मंजूर है जिसमें चाइना और इंडिया साथ में कुछ बनाए. अगर चाइना के पूंजीपति कुछ करना चाहते हैं तो अमेरिका और कोरियंस और जापानी की तरह यहां आए, अपनी पूंजी डालें, रिस्क लें इस कंट्री में. अब देखिए आप ऑटोमोटिव सेक्टर में क्या हुआ, जब हमने अपनी इकोनॉमी खोली, हमने क्या किया कि इंपोर्ट करना कार महंगा कर दिया। नॉकडाउन की टाइम हमने कहा 25% हम ड्यूटी लगाएंगे, इसमें कम लगाएंगे। तो पहले पहले यहाँ असेंबली प्लांट्स आए। मुझे आज भी याद है, मैं गुजरात में हलोल गया, वहां पर जनरल मोटर्स का प्लांट था जो सबसे पहले आया था। बड़े साइलेंटली अमेरिकन आए उस जमाने में। उसके बाद एक के बाद एक, क्योंकि तब तो खाली मारुति होती थी और मारुति पे तो जोक था, मारुति बोलते जो मारुति खरीदे उसकी मारुति है, क्योंकि पहले पहले जो कार आई थी इसकी ब्रेक फटाफट लग जाती थी, बाकी कारों की ब्रेक नहीं लगती थी। तो सब गाड़ी पीछे से मतलब सब चपटी हो जाती थी, पीछे वाली गाड़ियां ठोकती थी। लेकिन धीरे धीरे की पावर ब्रेक्स एंड अदर थिंग्स, मारुति वाज अ रेवोल्यूशन बिकॉज इट वाज अ जापानीज इंडिया जॉइंट वेंचर, फर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस। उसके बाद आप देखिए हर फील्ड में, अगर आप टू व्हीलर्स देखे सेगमेंट, काइनेटिक होंडा, काइनेटिक और होंडा दोनों पनप रहे हैं, साथ ही दोनों पनप रहे हैं, किसी को नुकसान नहीं हुआ। टीवीएस सुजुकी, टीवीएस अलग सुजुकी अलग, दोनों बेच रहे हैं इस देश में। तो दिस पार्टनरशिप्स हैव नॉट डिस्ट्रॉयड दोस कंपनीज। इन इंडिया देयर इज अ क्लियर एविडेंस कि एनी पार्टनरशिप ग्रोस आफ्टर पार्टनर्स सेपरेट आल्सो दे हैव मार्केट्स। सो दिस इज द बेस्ट कंट्री टू इन्वेस्ट इन इफ वी डोंट सेंड अ मैसेज। हर रोज हम खाली देखिए कुछ जरूर कुछ गलत हुआ है, जैसे वो निर्भया फंड हुआ 1000 करोड़ का, बहुत अच्छा काम हुआ। अब हम सोच रहे थे, लोग बोलते हैं यार इससे क्या होगा। अच्छा, वुमेन्स बैंक, इतने सारे स्केप्टिक्स, भाई इससे क्या होगा, क्या फायदा होगा? भाई बहुत बड़ा फायदा होगा। We have written our book. I wrote a book called India Brandish, The Branding of a Nation. I'm revamping the book into a picture book kind of a thing, so that young people read. आजकल रीडिंग हैबिट खत्म हो रही है ना आप लोगों की, तो पूरी किताब अगर फिजिकली लिखी हो तो आप पढ़ते नहीं है, फोटो देनी पड़ती है, तो हम कर रहे हो। तो उसके अंदर हमने लिखा है अबाउट एंड्रोगाइनस ग्रोथ मॉडल। एंड्रोगाइनस शब्द का मतलब बताता हूं मैं, इसका मतलब है अर्धनारीश्वर, आधा आदमी आधी औरत है। ये देश या कोई भी देश बढ़ नहीं सकता जब तक महिलाओं का जो 50% पॉपुलेशन कम से कम है उनका योगदान आए और माना रह जाए। अब मैं चिदम्बरम साहब को जरूर बोलूंगा, मैं लिखने वाला हूं, आपको क्या करना चाहिए, जिनके घरों में गृहिणियां हैं, अगले बजट में अभी एक बजट और दे पाएंगे, वो गृहिणियां हैं और वो काम नहीं कर रही हैं, वो घर का काम कर रही हैं और परिवार को देख रही हैं, तो जो आदमी कमा रहे हैं उनके इनकम 50% कंप्लीट हो जाए। और वो कैसे हो, उस आदमी को चेक के रास्ते से उस बैंक अकाउंट में उनके ट्रांसफर करना जरूरी है, तब जाके उसको ये दो। फिर आप देखो इस देश में टैक्स देने और कोई टैक्स ऑफ पर दो मिडिल क्लास को, उसको बताइए आप ये करेंगे, हम आपकी सोशल सिक्योरिटी और ये करेंगे। हर एक को कम से कम 2 से 5 लाख के बीच में कम से कम 5000 रुपए देने पड़ेंगे। और टैक्स का आईटी ऑफिसर की नौकरी निकालो, उसको बोलो इसको कोई सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे, इसका पास थ्रू है, ठीक है। को कम से कम 10 लाख तक के लोगों के लिए कुछ करो, जो 5 से 10 लाख कमा रहा है उसको बोलो तुम्हारे को कोई टैक्स की छूट नहीं है, 10,000 रुपए जमा कर दी इस साल के एंड में और हम एक पावती दे देंगे और आपको कोई टैक्समैन आके कुछ नहीं पूछेगा। आपने खुद डिक्लेरेशन देनी है। चिदम्बरम साहब के पास इतना पैसा होगा कि वो सोच ही नहीं पाएंगे। शर्मा जी मैं तो सही बोल रहा हूं कि नहीं बोल रहा हूं? सो इस तरह की चीजें अगर हम आगे करें, क्योंकि ये एक स्टेप हो गया, दूसरी स्टेप पॉपुलिस्ट मेशर्स नहीं, आपको मेरे को चाहिए कि भाई कोई टैक्स नहीं चाहिए, वो भाई रिकमेंडेशन हो गई है 10 लाख तक कोई टैक्स नहीं, ये नहीं हो सकता। अगर आप देश के लिए थोड़ा अपनी कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं दे सकते तो फिर देश आगे बढ़ ही नहीं सकता। और हमारे देश में इतने गरीब लोग हैं, आज भी मैंने ये इकोनॉमिक सर्वे में लाया हूं, क्योंकि हम तो खाली इस डॉक्यूमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन किसी ने भी इस डॉक्यूमेंट की बात नहीं करी। ये करीब 270 पेज का इकोनॉमिक सर्वे निकला। इट वॉज पब्लिश्ड अ डे बिफोर एंड इट वॉज रिलीज्ड, एंड द मैन हु डिड दिस is the man who predicted the global collapse which America never listened to him. His name is Raghuram Rajan, and you must be very happy, all of you must clap and be very happy for this. Raghuram Rajan is India's financial advisor to the finance ministry, and the budget is not Mr. Chidambaram's budget, it is the advice taken from this gentleman who said to the Americans that you are falling like 9 pins. They did not believe him. He wrote his books, they did not believe him, but when they fell, then they recognized him. So this is the world. I'm sorry. And the second thing is, please be proud about your brown, black and all type of Asian skin. ये white skin fetish छोड़ दो, imported stuff लो जरूर, लेकिन fetish छोड़ो, इस्तेमाल करो। वो है ना हमारे शाहरुख खान साहब, बोलना पड़ेगा उनके बारे में मुझे, फेयर एंड हैंडसम, Why not black and handsome? Fair and lovely. Why not black and beautiful? Why dark women are not good? And I'm very sorry, बजाज साहब, मैं अभी चैनल तो नहीं चलाता हूं, आपके साथ आऊंगा तो कुछ करेंगे. हमारे यहां कोई काली रीडर नहीं है, काले बंदे ही नहीं है. मतलब ब्लैक कलर के रीडर है ही नहीं, न्यूज रीडर, ब्लैक न्यूज रीडर. हमारे यहां एक तरह का मानसिक असंतुलन हो गया है. और हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? वी आर, आई टेल यू, रेशियल मोर देन द वेस्ट. You look at BBC, you look at Al Jazeera. I'm not talking of these channels. And look at bloody our channels, whether it is, I will name all of them, CNN, IBN, Times Now. Show me a black lady who is delivering news or a black guy delivering news. Show me, sir. None. I'm sorry. So I look at this because they चौकटा देखेंगे, गोरा होगा, गोरी होगी तो सामने आएगा, काली होगी सामने होगी, नहीं चाहिए, न्यूज रीडर ही नहीं चाहिए. भाई तेरे को कौन देखेगा? So this, I would say, this is like, you know, commodifying every damn thing rather than seeing the content and the stuff. जब तक हम ये ऊपरी दिखावे, वो सजावट को लेके चलेंगे, हम कभी भी बड़े देश हो ही नहीं सकते. क्योंकि हमारी आंतरिक अंतरात्मा और हमारे अंदर की जो पर्सनैलिटी है वो कभी भी स्ट्रांग नहीं होगी और हम इज्जत नहीं करेंगे. और मैं आज भी आपको बोलता हूं, ब्रांड मत पहनिए, ब्रांड को बोलिए कि मैं पहन रहा हूं इसलिए तू ब्रांड है, नहीं तो कोई नहीं है. इसलिए ये जो है ना, आपको जो दुकानों में जो ब्रांड बताते हैं, उनको करिए ऐसी हालत कि वो आपके पास आए. अब प्रोफेसर अय्यर, मैं कोई बड़े ब्रांड नहीं पहनता हूं, सामने से आपको बोलता हूं, मैं देखता हूं मेरे को कहां सबसे सस्ता और टिकाऊ चीज मिलता है. हाउ डज इट मैटर टू मी? आई स्टिल बाय माय बाटा शूज. दैट इज द ब्रांड आई लाइक, कॉमन मैन्स ब्रांड. यू नो, आई वुड से लिव फ्रूगली, have aspirations. When you want to buy certain things, do have that, but don't overdo everything. Just cut it off. It doesn't fetch you anything. It is you, the person, your personality. I'm not saying that Gandhiji at the time said many people cannot clothe themselves, so he remained without clothes. But it is foolish to talk about that in that way, because if he was alive, he'd say you are clothes now. In fact, he would be very angry. He would say, खादी आपने फैशन गारमेंट बना दी, मैंने कॉमन मैन के लिए बनाया. Absolutely. To the Khadi and Gramodur. It's unbelievable. So,
and ready-made garments in the textile industry.
Absolutely, the textile industry. And you name it and it is there.
For the first time in 10 years.
For the first time in 10 years. And water management. No budget in this country has ever discussed water management. And here there is water management, watershed management.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, this budget is one of the finest budgets. Please spend time. क्योंकि एक बात आपको और बताऊंगा मैं, जिसको मैं खत्म करूंगा इधर, और then we'll start interacting, कि जब तक हम इस डॉक्यूमेंट को अंदरूनी रूप से नहीं समझे, और इसको अगर आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, अगर आपके पास पैसे नहीं है तो 4-5 आदमी के, अगर स्टूडेंट्स हैं कुछ यहाँ पर आए हैं, प्लीज काइंडली डाउनलोड एंड शेयर एंड डिस्कस दिस. समझिए ये आपके इकोनॉमी के साथ क्या हो रहा है, और इसको आम आदमी को समझाना बहुत जरूरी है. और इस डॉक्यूमेंट में बहुत कुछ है, मैंने मार्क किया है, मैं पढ़ नहीं पा रहा हूं आपको, और समय नहीं है क्योंकि थोड़ा हम लेट चालू हुए, नहीं तो मैंने मार्क किया था कि आपको पढ़ के सुनाऊंगा. लेकिन बहुत कुछ है जो आपके सीखने लायक है, समझने लायक है. ये दुनिया में जो हो रहा है उसमें अपनी भारत की क्या पोजीशन होगी ये बता रहा है ये डॉक्यूमेंट, जो इकोनॉमिक सर्वे है. ये एक दिन पहले निकलता है, उसके बाद बजट निकलता है. तो बजट को अकेले में नहीं पढ़ा जा सकता, इकोनॉमिक सर्वे और बजट मिला के पढ़ा जाता है. तो विद दिस आई से थैंक्स टू एवरीबॉडी हु हैज कम टुडे and gain this little knowledge from us. Thanks to Bajaj sir. I want to give a last word to one of my best friend, Dr. S.L. Patil. He is an amazing guy. He is an arbitrator in all electricity issues in Maharashtra. He is an amazing gentleman. I don't want to further say anything, but I think he should put up a few words to close this session and then have interaction. Whatever you want to ask me, I'm ready to answer you. Patil sir, please.
As well as Tankal Sahib, who left, but already we have talked about two things. See, after listening to such a brilliant exposition on the budget, I think nothing are left for us. But still I have got certain observations which I would like to put in. we kept on now in last 60 years increasingly getting exposed and started learning about Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji was forward. But now as a decade passes, we remembering him, he is every sentence. He talked about Gram Swarajya. We talked about country Swarajya. He talked about Gram Swarajya. And the same in different words, Chidambaram Swami put it, Swami not Chidambaramji put it, smart towns, smart industry, which we propagated, got it gazetted in Maharashtra as industrial township, which could be all on its own. The resources are developed within that township, employment are developed within that township, and it has been self-sustainable and with the least of taxation. And our proposal for New Bombay is still pending, and it is very much we can make it a good experiment. That is very well depicted in Chidambaram budget. This budget has something very important thing highlights. Last about 1.5 decades, 15 years, after 1991, another path-making budget from Manmohan Singh. This is first time there is a very impactful budget.
This is what I want to say.
Very impactful because of a simple reason. 91 opened up the visa of the entire world situation. We started thinking of globalization. And this budget has synchronized so many things which were left untouched. For example, all this year we gradually started forgetting about manufacturing.
Exactly.
We did not emphasize on the manufacturing, which is the foundation block of any country. What Bajaj have said about that is greatest river projects, hydro projects, which Jawaharlal Nehru was imagining, we always call them as the temples of our country. And we always told all the people, visit those temples. Apart from what temples you have got, religious temples. It gives a great ideas. What a mammoth, big scale, 5 plants what they made, those foundations really made India not to budge under economic collapses like what European Union did, why this particular America is going through. America will be very saddest country in forthcoming, that's what is my thinking. Their country is 32% of their economy is on a war economy.
Absolutely right.
And if the war started decreasing, you take it from me that also is going to go down and down. Number 2, what is the reserves? Oil reserves in America, they are only going to last only 14 years, not more than that. So that is what the grappling of with Middle East. To get their oil, grab their oil, it is more like terrorist activity. Nothing less than that. No other word I can imagine. Number 3, all Kyoto Protocol, this protocol, that protocol. Why they are not coming up with their own suggestion that will reduce our pollution level just below this? Instead of that, what they are offering, India should reduce, China should reduce. My dear sir, already we are most lowest globally if you consider. Who is contributing global warming? These countries. Whatever the countries which we are talking about as today most modern, they are contributing. And the contribution is so high. And what is the solution for that? Instead of decreasing their own pollution, they are talking about carbon buying, carbon credits. Who are buying the carbon credits? These countries. And we are selling it. See the paradox. This particular thing, it has to be hammered, and Jairam Ramesh did a very good thing by just not budging on this. He said that will not reduce. For our growth, already we are globally, if you consider, our percentage of contribution is 0.95%. While America's contribution something around 12. Europe contributes 18. Then why not? We want to grow, no question on that. That is one of the strangest implications was that our manufacturing was shut down, reduced, making dependent upon them. What technologies came, which were totally outdone in those countries, we started buying as if the new ones. This also trend has been very magnificently put in by Mr. Chidambaram, modernization. State-of-the-art technology, you use the state-of-the-art technologies, you don't depend, you have the best of the technologies. He provided for it. And that is one of the excellent things. It is a big fillip for manufacturing, and once manufacturing grows, I tell you, ancillary industries develop, employment generates, and it is cascading effect in a positive sense. Therefore, in that sense, number two, his whole focus was on MSCs. He took a macro scale as well as he did not miss on that point of MSC development. He encouraged with a number of shops for MSCs, MSMEs. That is one of the reasons why I strongly feel, because I am connected to the industry for the last 34, 35 years, we asked our own MSF fellows. They said that it is a good budget. We asked about the major industries. They said it is a good budget. We asked our APMC market people, because food security is another most crucial element, and food security, only we're talking doesn't come. One of the biggest things which was propagated but could not put in action was cold storages. Absolutely. Your country has got sufficient quantity of food grains. Well, but you don't have the preserving capacities in a scientific way, and you lose end on that. If you really get very serious in food securities, your food processing industry will grow like anything. And again he has emphasized that. Agro industry growth. Why he encouraged? What are the basic resources? The basic resources for our country are water, electricity, land. And he has touched it very sensibly and beautifully. And that is the reason water regulatory body. Even he has asked about road regulatory authority. Why it is needed? You talk about Delhi Mumbai corridor, as Professor Riya said about Sindri and this one, it has got immense job potential. Delhi and Bombay corridor. You will grow immensely, but utilize it. Utilize it in a proper way. Now just add to this, when he has given so much, what we lacked in last 5 budgets, that is 15 years, was there was no synchronization between the budget and the planning commission values. He has brought this time allocation to the planning commission amount and his GDP. He tried to mix. He had to go a couple of steps more to so that it will match it. When this starts matching, even the rate of inflation also will stabilize. That we should realize that he made that bold exercise. Who maybe whoever is advisor, we must thank them, but he has a guts feeling to put it across, say this has to be done. And that is one of the important message in this particular budget presented by him. And now, what exactly is going to happen is, if the state government, with its own planning, state planning commissions also are there, state budgets also are there, can you synchronize with it? To take advantage of the best of it. What is going to come from central kitty for rural development, smart city development, power generation, or water regulations? Because I am serving on both, Maharashtra Electric Regulatory Commission, I am serving on that, and Maharashtra Water Regulatory Commission also I am serving on that. What we have to really bring in, streamline them in such a way that water is not wasted. Can you believe that the most polluting water is these bisileries? And one of the interesting is, you analyze them vis-a-vis water supplied by Maharashtra, MIDC, GIDC, Gujarat, and Mukesh Ambani's refinery at Jamnagar, and here in New Bombay, they banned these. They said drink those water which are highly purified better. So just by hand, if they look to any of these, in any of the person this thing, they are punishing him. There are two aspects to it. One, the immense plastic, which is non-biodegradable, it is creating greatest enemy of the earth. It should be stopped. We should not use it at all.
And we every day BMC
Yes.
has one Wankhede Stadium worth of waste accumulated daily. And this is only one municipal corporation.
Yeah, you take throughout
And we have 7 municipal corporations in this
around MMRD area, and
Exactly.
you see that. You are degrading, we ourselves are degrading this. And this water, you can definitely test it. Water. If you pollute, that is a different matter. Water conservation is equally important. Therefore, somebody has to touch on the nutrition. See, if you are absolutely conscious of your health and your nutrition, your product, whatever you eat is of a hygienically best of the thing, even your feces are also in one go cleared in the toilets. But if it is not, you use so much water, I tell you, it is huge waste. And ultimately what it goes into? Sea only. If the treat or not treat. Therefore, that health and hygiene and water conservation also they are linked in a very systematic different way. We should study that. We really look at it, how we can do that. In electricity front, I am telling you that it is more of mismanagement. And Bajaj sir said about so many these power plant projects just which are stalled. Our generation capacity of Maharashtra, Genco that is called as, it is 14,500 megawatt. Today how much we are actually getting, can anybody imagine? So you can just open up the website of Genco, you will get every minute how much is the megawatt produced. And we talk about increased electricity cost, high electricity cost. Today in the morning, 8 o'clock, it is all difference, 3,175 megawatt.
not operating.
But the only thing we are getting.
Okay, that's the only thing.
Megawatts is
Out
only
of the 14, oh my God.
The installed capacity is 14,000. That is true for the rest of the country also, not just for Maharashtra.
Right.
Yeah. I know.
Is the correct figure?
Yes.
And that's happening.
I'm afraid no.
Sorry?
Again, 15,000 megawatts.
14,500 something of that sort.
Yes.
This is what today it is getting.
Today's figure is 3,750.
3,170.
You have to recheck. The shortfall is 3,100.
No, sir. This
Ah,
can
no.
happen.
No.
No.
I tell you what they are doing.
No, I'll explain one second. One second. One
How they
second.
purchase the power.
But no, that's another aspect. One second. Today,
Purchase.
the Habor produces capacity is 2200 megawatt. Ultimately, with all the efforts put in by several banks and other things, 1800 megawatt is produced. And today, how much is? 0. So you are short by 1800 megawatt right today. Why? No gas.
Absolutely. Urana is also no gas.
No gas.
Right.
And here, our own power plants, they are not getting coal. We might sell the power and toll.
No, Parli stopped because of water.
I know, water, coal, we told in presence of both Chief Minister as well as Health Poverty, plus all the MDs of these Genco.
And Coal India is not taking any order. Coal India is not taking any order.
That is, and you have to base your entire project now on imported coal.
Yes.
And what a cost economy will really flare. So that is how Genco this thing. And now with this gap, where will you get that gap? The gap today is 5,200 megawatts. Sir. Yeah, if netting it out, 5,000.
That is the base deficit.
base
The
deficit,
peak is much higher.
much higher.
Peak is 9 gigawatt.
Now, how we will bridge this gap? By means of power purchase. Power purchase at what way? 8 rupees, 9 rupees, 11 rupees in the market.
Absolutely.
But in couple of cases, being in MERC, we, for example, Adani, Indiabulls, we held them like a hell because they made an agreement. It was open bid. 20 companies participated. They offered the rate of 3 rupees 50 paisa. All right. Subsequently, after about year and a half, they said that the coal blocks has been now blocked by MOEF because of clearance from these people because they are tiger sanctuaries and all that kind of thing. And they said that it is force majeure, therefore we will not able to supply at 350. We read out their own clauses and said, gentlemen, read here, your commitment is that you will supply, you will get the coal from anywhere and you will supply at the rate of 350. Then subsequently they came out because MSCDCL, who is the purchaser, it started refusing and they said that we will cancel your contract because you are not obliging the conditions. Then they said that we will supply because we will import the coal and supply at 4 rupees 41 paisa. We said nothing doing. You are already by entering into contract, you have blocked other centers. Other 19 people have blocked. You got 350, therefore they also. And you are 441. There are many who are ready to supply at some other different rate. Then we told them that it should be less than that if you want to re-enter into this. Because their 1300 megawatt plants already they come into stream. And they elected such thing, you cannot preserve it.
Yes.
It has to go. Then ultimately, do you know, Professor, they came down to 3 rupees 29 paisa,
My God.
Indiabull, and Adani came to 2 rupees 94 paisa. So this is what we insist that if our own people,
Very celebrated case of EMR.
yes, and we should make it long-term purchase. If Maharashtra or any state or even the entire country knows that we are not going to fill up easily, why not make a long-term purchases? 3 years, 5 years, the rates are very much down. See now the same Reliance, now today in a 5-year plan, that is what is called as 5-year tariff plan, MYT, multi-year tariff. The rate comes to 2 rupees, same Reliance. And we are selling at the rate of 7, 8
7, 8 rupees.
Exactly.
On an average, it came down to 480.
Average, that is called average available rate of supply. But another interesting thing is the same plant with the same design provided by BHEL only. Our Genco's operations plant load factor 44%, 47%, 48%, and new one 72%. And Dano plant is working at 105%.
Yes, more than that. Yes. First time. First time in the history of India.
Classical cases. Therefore, where this entire gamut lies is, I must appreciate what is the vision of, I called this budget, it has got both vision as well as mission.
Correct.
And that we must appreciate. After 91, there's the first one which very clear-cut vision is there, mission is there, mission statement is there, and there is 100% plan for implementation of them, provided as everyone said that if I and me are involved.
Exactly.
Otherwise, no. So we should get involved. And power project, see now under Electricity Act 2003, increasingly now it is become very, very clear that now even at MERC we made it that so much percentage of power should come from
Renewable
renewables.
energy. Yes. That is the renewable purchase obligation.
And a different rate for them.
Right.
It is not a paltry 120 or 330, no. It should be absolutely reasonable one. That also today, in case of Maharashtra,
Solar is available at 650.
yes, and so today what is happening is,
It was at 22 rupees.
yes,
And
and
just 2 years back, 22 rupees. Now the solar power is available at 6 rupees 50 paisa. The same
But-
country.
Yes.
Because of competitive bidding.
exactly, the same competitive bidding the people should put those plants. That's why today everybody is jumping. Tata is jumping. This
Everybody is
because that obligation is there. They have to purchase it.
So there is a little flip in this. The purchase obligation can never be fulfilled, I told the regulator at center, without a portfolio obligation.
Right.
See, this big problem and anomaly in the policy is your purchase obligation. How will a purchaser who is a generating utility purchase if there is no portfolio? So first you have to give the danda for the generator, because you unbundle this generator separately. Discom you have taken all the
Yes.
losses with. So that also should not be allowed.
So therefore, there is one important aspect is, I will only take only 1 minute, to conclude it. So generations, there was solar generation. Where is the land for it? Everybody asks this question, where is land for it? We had proposed all the national highways. You can put it.
And rooftops.
And all the rooftops.
All the rooftops.
All housing societies.
Mumbai is 5 gigawatt. Rooftops.
See, this is going to really solve those problems.
That's it.
And anyway, in nutshell, first and foremost, let me thank again Professor Iyer. He is always innovative. That is something which I like right from the beginning. And today it was very delightful to listen to Bajaj Saab. I was listening to him first time. Thank you so much for your very lucid and what we can call as humorous but very frank and piercing observations. And sir is a veteran of it, no doubt on that. Indo-China, bye-bye, wo to hai, but we should become, we should run together, not after each other.
Right now we are running after each other.
Yes. Thank you so much.
One point I just want to make, because absolutely, just one point so that we just close up. In the last decade, this is the economic survey, growth has increasingly come from services sector, whose contribution to overall growth of economy is 65%, while that of industry and agriculture has been 27% and 8% respectively. This is what we have to change. Now, the other side of it says, although the agriculture including allied activity accounted for only 14.1% of the GDP, its role in providing total employment is 58.2% in India. This is also understood parallelly. And one thing I tell you, the total food grain production of 2011-12 was a record 259.3 million tons even after drought. So Bharat Ratna to all farmers. With that I end today. So any questions you have, Jaz Sahab has to leave, but I am here. I will keep interacting with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, sir. You know what, before I go, just one small thing I wanted to say. What Professor Iyer is actually saying and what Dr. Patil also said was, it's very simple. The whole thing is very simple. If today, for example, all of us are sitting over here, what do we expect from the budget? We expect a party, Everybody expects a party a day from the budget. इसको मैं हिंदी में कहूँ तो शायद ज़्यादा समझ आएगा।
हाँ बिल्कुल।
अगर आज आप ये तय करें कि आपने अपना घर बेच देना, ठीक है? आज आप जाइए, अपने घर को बेच दीजिए, ठीक है? उसके जो पैसे आएंगे, उसकी हम सब लोग पार्टी करेंगे। क्या करेंगे? पार्टी करेंगे। We'll all have a great time. We'll call everybody, we'll call the neighborhood, we'll call everyone from all over the place.
Absolutely.
You sell your house and you have a party. But when the party is over, you have no home to go back to.
Absolutely.
You get it? Yes. That's it. That's what we have been expecting up till now. Now the party is over, okay?
Yes.
You got to build a new house. How do you build a new house? You start from the foundation and you go up. This budget lays the foundation for an all-new house.
Yes. I think I request all to come quickly, because we will have a photo op with Bajaj Sahab, will not leave him like that.
Bajajji, you have a great energy field, I should say.
So this is a small
Energy field from energy.
This is for you, sir.
Why is that golden and why is this red?
Oh,
This indicates your passion.
No, this is
I think,
very
Thank you so much.
Thank you.